review on Doctor Who. This week we've got another episode. It is The Curse of the Blackspot, an adventure about they're on a pirate ship and they've got a siren. There's things that are supposed to attract sailors in the sea and then get them make them go and smash into some rocks and stuff, like an old cursed kind of tale. Now, last week I actually said that I had information that this was going to be a plot-themed episode, but in fact it isn't. It is just a filler episode, and as usual, filler episodes have a little bit of information about just little hints and clues. Like the Doctor said, he said, if I'm gonna have to die sometime, may as well do it somewhere fun or something. And Rory and Amy look at each other thinking, because they know he's going to die when he's 1109, I think it is. It's just a filler episode and has a few little hints here and there, but not a whole lot of plot themed at all. So we have a siren, this person who, whenever someone injures themselves, even just gets a cut, a black spot appears on their hand, and the next possible moment that the siren can get out comes for them and kind of looks like they disintegrate them. And these pirates don't actually know what the siren does to them until the Doctor comes. So this is another example of how the Doctor, the new Matt Smith Doctor, doesn't get it right all the time. He has like 5 plans, I think it is, on what the siren is. At first he thinks it's using a molecular thing to travel through water, but then he moves on to think it's reflectiveness and tries to go through reflections, and that ends up being the right one, because there is in fact a ship, a futuristic ship, in a different dimension, stuck on the same position, and all the reflections are like the gateway through. And so it actually turns out in the end that this siren is actually a holographic nurse, and whenever someone hurts themselves, she's programmed to come in and help them. So whenever someone gets a black spot and is taken by the siren, she teleports them through one of these cracks or these reflections, and takes them into this chamber. She doesn't do anything bad to them. She actually puts them in suspended animation kind of thing. She plugs them into a life support system and they're just unconscious. They live, but they don't live consciously. The hologram itself can't do anything to help. All it can do is hook them into a life support system. That's all it's programmed to do. As I said, it is a filler episode though, so it's just an adventure, and it gets everything, all the questions and things that you find in the episode is resolved at the end. It hasn't got a long-term plot thing. One interesting thing though is right at the end, the Doctor leaves these 18th, 19th century pirates in a futuristic spaceship, just left to go on their own devices. I think that's a bit strange. I don't exactly know how that could be possible. The captain of the pirate ship notices in the TARDIS, finds some of those old pirate and shipping kind of things like compass and all those things. So they might have those in common, but I just don't think it makes sense for a 18th, 19th century pirate to be able to actually get into a futuristic time and space one. Actually, no, it's not time, my bad. But I just don't think it's probable. It just doesn't work. But there's actually not a lot for me to say about this episode. Not a lot at all, because it is a filler episode, and because it's just one of those curse and pirate tales that we've all heard of before. I'm sure we've all heard of sirens and them, but it was a good episode. I enjoyed it. The only question I can think of that was left behind is how could the Doctor leave these 18th, 19th century pirates on a futuristic spaceship, which I don't think that's going to be answered at all. It's just something that we're going to have to think of our own answers to. And that is really all. So that's the end of this episode. I will see you next week. The Doctor's Wife episode. I think this will be a plot-themed one, because if you saw him in the little kind of trailer kind of thing for the next episode, he gets a message from the TARDIS, from a different TARDIS. So I think this will be a plot-themed one. That's all for me this week, and I'll see you next week with The Doctor's Wife. See ya.